I'm so happy to be moving into the second trimester. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my 13-week pregnancy update. If you've missed all my other pregnancy updates, I've been doing them weekly since week 4. So I'm going to link up here somewhere for you my full pregnancy playlist, and I make other videos as well around pregnancy and also around my son who is 2. So click subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, if you've not seen me before and don't know who I am. And without further ado, let's get into our update. The first thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about these little tiny hairs. This is not actually pregnancy related really, but I mean, like look, these I got after my first babies with Samuel, who is now 2, and I still have them and I do not know why. Like I have little hairs here. I try and flatten them down, but I've got little hairs here and I've got little hairs here. And usually you get them postpartum, but I feel like it should have grown out by now, 2 years later. And yeah, I still have little baby hairs. And they're not playing ball today, so I'm really sorry. They're driving me insane. If they annoy you, just ignore them. But they're a bit crazy, like little tiny baby hairs. So that's like a little postpartum thing to watch out for. But moving into the actual pregnancy update, I'm really excited, so excited, because I'm moving into the second trimester. I know there's debate about when the second trimester actually starts. I'm saying 13 weeks because I really want to move on to the second trimester, because the first trimester is my least favourite part of pregnancy and I'm so happy to be getting out of it. So yes, I'm counting it, and I'm definitely in the second trimester now because I'm filming this as I'm 14 weeks pregnant and I'm looking back over my 13 weeks of pregnancy and everything that's happened in it. So the first thing to note from my first week in the second trimester is what I was hoping for, and that is a slight reduction in nausea. I'm still being sick occasionally, but I've been sick much less often, and my nausea isn't as bad, so happy about that. That's the main thing I wanted from the second trimester, was to be getting away from all the nausea and sickness, and I'm so happy to say that that's been the case. So if you're still in the first trimester, don't worry, there is hope. I know lots of people when they get in their second trimester are not sick anymore, and it's such a good thing. So that's the first thing to note. The second thing to note was another thing that I was really looking forward to, and I've occasionally been getting much more energy and motivation. So I would say my motivation level has gone up massively, especially because my nausea has gone down so much, but my energy is kind of up and down. So a few nights ago I had this massive burst of energy and I was like, is this what it feels like to be a normal human being? Because I was just like, I can go clean. I feel like I want to clean, I feel like I want to do this. So I cleaned like some of the house, I put some washing away, and it didn't even seem like that big of a deal. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal before I was pregnant, but because I'm pregnant and I never feel like doing any of these things, to get all that done felt amazing, and to feel like, yes, this is what being normal feels like. Because I don't know if you guys feel like this or not, or if you felt like this, but this is how I feel. And it's that the whole first trimester lasts quite a while. It lasts around 2 months for me. Obviously it starts before that, but the symptoms of the first trimester lasts around 2 months for me, and it's long enough that you start to think to yourself, am I pregnant and I'm feeling exhausted because of that, or was I this lazy beforehand? So that's what I've been thinking. I was thinking, was I just usually not motivated and lazy before I was pregnant, and I'm just continuing to be like that? But then when I get these bursts of energy, I'm reminded what it feels like to be normal. I have to have normal energy levels, and I'm like, yes, I'm not making up the pregnancy exhaustion. The pregnancy exhaustion is definitely real. So it makes me feel a bit more sane, and I'm so looking forward to getting more bursts of energy and just being able to do all the things to prepare that I want to be able to do towards the end of pregnancy. And yes, last time I loved the second and third trimester so much, and fingers crossed, hoping for the best for this trimester and the next trimester with this baby. And yeah, looking forward to all the energy that I'm going to have. So that's the plan, that's the hope. And yeah, let's move on to some of my updates now. So around the widest part of my tummy, which is how I've been measuring myself, I am 92 centimetres, which is a centimetre more than last week. And I think this is the first week that I've started to feel like, yes, I'm getting a bit of a bump now. With second babies, I know you're meant to feel them sooner, but this is like I said, I think my last video, my measurements have been almost identical to Samuel's, my first pregnancy. So my first pregnancy, at this week I was also 92 centimetres, and this time I'm 92 centimetres exactly as well. So I'm pretty much the same as last time, which I'm happy about. It means in my mind that hopefully everything's progressing okay. And this time last pregnancy, actually I just had my scan to see that everything was fine. So yeah, I'll show you my belly shot, but essentially I just feel a lot more pregnant now. I'm definitely into my maternity jeans, but I'm also in that really awkward in-between stage with the jeans, because I've not got a huge bump, but I don't fit into my normal trousers. So I've been in these like half maternity jeans with the one with the stretchy band that I don't really like. They're not that comfortable, but my belly isn't quite big enough to go into the one with the massive waistband over the bump kind of ones. But I'm hoping to be able to go into them soon, because I've got lots and lots more jeans, over the bump jeans, than under the bump ones like this. In fact, this is the only pair of under the bump jeans I own, so I'm having to wash them and rewear them and wash them, and it's a bit of a pain. I wish I'd bought more actually, but it's I kind of didn't want to buy more because of how short a time I wear them. I wear them for like a few weeks and then I go into the over the bump ones, so I'm just kind of trying to grit my teeth and bear it until I get into the bigger size jeans, which I'll hopefully within the next couple of weeks or so. I feel like my cravings have also started. I didn't get a ton of cravings in my first pregnancy. I think the only thing I remember craving was watermelon, and I think it was, well, that was the summer. That was the summer of 2018, and if you were in the UK, that was a really, really hot summer, and that's when I was pregnant, so I had loads. I basically craved watermelon, probably because of the high water content, and my body was probably a bit dehydrated. This week, my cravings, what I've been eating a lot of, have been Monster Munch, and also pasta, like dry pasta with like salad cream on it. Bit random, but yeah, those have been my cravings, because I think my body, so to back up a little bit, if you haven't seen my other videos, I've been basically not eating very well for the whole first trimester because I've been feeling so sick. But this week, or the week before, my appetite has really come back this week, especially this week. I've started to feel a lot more hungry. I've been starting to eat 3 meals a day again, and it's a really good thing, but it also means I've been eating a lot of Monster Munch. And I'll explain what I mean by a lot of Monster Munch. So if you don't know what Monster Munch is, it's little packets of crisps, I'm sure everyone knows. But you buy them in like 12 packs in Asda, and I eat a 12 pack in like 2 hours the other day. That's really bad. And I've eaten another 12 packs since then. And I'm trying to adjust the amount I'm eating. I'm trying to keep it to like 2 or 3 packs because it's getting a bit out of hand. So I wonder if that's an indicator of anything. You know how in pregnancy sometimes your cravings indicate a deficiency in something? I don't know. I googled it but I didn't come up with much. It's probably just that I'm hungry. So I've been eating too much Monster Munch. I've been eating quite a bit of dry pasta with salad cream, which I guess isn't too bad, but it's full of carbs as well. I've eaten a lot of carbohydrates, even in the first trimester. So that's been my big thing this week. Monster Munch and pasta. A little bit about the baby now. So in week 13, the baby is the size of a little duckling or a little peach. I think when the baby starts to get bigger, the analogies and the references to animals and sweets and things like that get so much cuter. Like a duckling, like isn't this the cutest thought ever, that your baby's the size of a duckling? So adorable. I also love that you can see the baby. So the app I use, if you don't know, is Pregnancy Plus, and I love that you can see the baby like it's a proper baby, isn't it? So I'll just show you, this is week 13, so I'll zoom in for you. There you go, there's little baby. Obviously not my baby, but this is what my baby's gonna look like. So there's little baby, and then if you took actual size, it like zooms in quite a lot now. So actual size is pretty big. It's very exciting. And then the information is saying that your baby's skin is very translucent still, which is very see-through. The lungs are continuing to develop. The baby's arms are now proportionate to their bodies, but their legs are still somewhat shorter. And just a lot of interesting information about baby. So I don't know if I mentioned it when I went for the scan a few weeks ago, but they slightly changed my due date. So my due date was originally the 18th of February. My due date is now the 17th of February, which I guess doesn't make much odds really, but that's my due date if I didn't mention it in other videos. The 17th of February 2021. Very excited for it. It seems quite far away in the distance still. It's one of these things that I'm like, yeah, that's quite a while away. But then as the weeks go past, you're like, wow, this is getting faster. I remember from my first trimester, my first pregnancy, that the first trimester dragged, and the same has been for this pregnancy. The first trimester has gone so slowly, and then suddenly I feel like the weeks are going to start flying past and go faster and faster. So it's very exciting. Like I said, my favourite is definitely the second trimester and the third trimester, because you just start to feel your baby and you start to have a bump, and it's just really exciting. So if you are also 13 weeks pregnant, leave a comment down below telling me your symptoms, or if you've had anything similar to me, and tell me if you had any pregnancy cravings, because I feel bad about mine. So make me feel better by putting your cravings down below as well. And I'll link some videos here if you want to check them out, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.